Righto, tellio there champs. Now this is MSI Cyborg 15 A13V. So this is aimed at the budget segment, perfect for students, family, home use or casual business work or something like that, wants to play games on the side during their break, or just someone that just wants a laptop, they could take even to work or school. It doesn't screen gamer and just be able to play games. I mean, the good thing about this is it's quiet for a gaming laptop. It's a 120 watt package there, tiny little power brick. It comes with Intel's 13th generation i7 processor. So that's the 13620H, which is a really good part because it actually has 6 performance cores. Now, you would expect that this sort of price point, some of them might have i5s, right? It comes with 144Hz IPS level panel and up to an RTX 4060. So this one here has a 4050. You can get a 4060 as well. It has 2 slots for DDR5 RAM. This one here actually has 8 gigs. You've got one M.2 slot for an SSD. Wi-Fi 6, not Wi-Fi 6E. It does have HDMI 2.1 and USB Type-Cs and A's. No Thunderbolt, but it does have Ethernet. It has a 54 watt hour battery. There is one good thing about the smaller battery. It is very light. It's like 2 kilos, this thing, in a 15-inch 16:9 sort of laptop. So, woof. Now, because this is a budget-friendly laptop, you're going to have some compromises. Always compromises have to be made to sort of reach a price point, right? But have the right choices been made? Well, I'd say on the most part, yes. For these sort of budget laptops, you used to get 60Hz displays. They were rubbish for gaming. 144Hz display, it's good, for this price point. It's 300 nits of brightness. It's about 65% sRGB. And although it doesn't have the widest color gamut, the colors look bang on. So, for gaming, it looks perfectly fine. Matte display, 16:9, which is sort of like the industry standard there. Gaming on this screen was really good. 300 nits, gets a tick for the brightness there. But as you'd expect, if you want to spend more money, you can buy a more expensive MSI, right? You can get a better GPU, CPU, display, whatever, and you pay more money, you get better stuff, right? And MSI have better laptops. This is their budget one. The gaming performance is exactly what you'd expect out of this sort of 120 watt package with a 4050. You're going to be able to play pretty much every game at least sort of high settings, 60 frames per second. And then the more esports titles, like the less demanding titles, you'll be able to play at over 100 frames per second with this 4050. Should you get the 4060? It's 40 water on the GPU there, so I don't know, it depends on the price difference. I'll leave a link in the description to the prices there, but 4050 is perfectly adequate for this, for being this sort of 1080p package with 120 watt power supply, 60 sort of watts total package there, so exactly what you'd expect in such a small power unit with 120 watts of power supplied by this power brick. Keyboard is good, I like it, it's backlit, and yeah, you might be laughing, right, but I can tell you now there were laptops, gaming laptops at this price point that weren't backlit. Trackpad, I don't get along with this trackpad, but I guess you're going to be using a mouse if you're gaming, but yeah, me and that trackpad, we're not friends. One great thing I love about this is, and of course it's because it's such a small thermal package there of 120 watts, is it's very quiet. Even under full load, it's less than 50 decibels while gaming. Of course, that's because it's not putting that much watts into it, but that is bliss, right? The speakers are good enough for watching content, so no complaints there, but they're nothing special. The build quality for a budget laptop, it's plastic, as you'd expect. Yeah, it's going to be tough enough, right? It has a 54 watt hour battery, so you're not going to get the greatest battery life out of this, 4 or 5 hours at this sort of 1080p. Enough to get you by, but it's not an all day sort of battery life laptop. So what don't I like about this? Well, battery life is sort of mediocre, isn't it? It's got a small battery. I don't know why you couldn't just shove a big battery in here, but I guess maybe the other more premium models have bigger battery. You want better battery life, you go to them. Everything else is what I would expect at this price point. It doesn't have Thunderbolt. The screen is not 100% sRGB or whatever. It doesn't really matter for gaming. It doesn't matter, it does everything it says on the tin. Play most games 60 frames per second, high settings, so that's perfectly fine. And other games you'll be able to play over 100 frames per second, more esports titles and stuff like that. So I guess at the end of the day, if you want more, you pay more, but within the scope of what this laptop's designed for and the market it's going for and the budget sort of segment there, it does the job. So yeah, catch you in the next one. Tally ho.